so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated.
At this time, I would like to introduce Principal of Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, Mr. Stephen Magno.
Thank you, Janie and Eric. Good evening. I want to welcome you to the Peabody Veterans Memorial High School Class of 2022 graduation ceremony. On behalf of the PVMHS learning community, I'd like to thank all the teachers, staff, parents, caregivers, families, friends, and members of the community who are in the audience today and to those watching at home. We appreciate your support, partnership, understanding, patience, and the sacrifices you have made to make this day possible. I also would like to welcome Mayor Edward A. Betancourt Jr., Superintendent Dr. Josh Fadala, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Kelly Chase, Executive Director of Community Partnerships and Peabody Prep, Chris Lord, members of the school committee, city council, state and local leaders, and distinguished guests. And to the class of 2022, each morning I stand at the doors of the Student Bridge to welcome students into school. This is a practice I repeat at afternoon dismissal. This is often the best part of my day, and I also know that sometimes this may be the best part of your day. The power of kindness and empathy is greater than you may think, and it has helped all of us persevere through challenging times. I have also used this time to get to know you, each and every one of you, in the past 2 years since I became principal. One of my favorite moments was our first day back from February vacation when I was able to see your smiling faces as you entered the building, now that many of them were no longer hidden by masks. It was like the first day of school all over again. As you prepare for the next journey, please remember that the challenges you have endured the past few years have given you the grit to accomplish anything. This resilience and flexibility will allow you to persevere and succeed. Through this journey, I want you to keep in mind that your actions and words affect those around you. While success is great to achieve, kindness and empathy will allow you to flourish. Many things may be out of your control, but kindness and empathy are not. So demonstrate kindness each day, have empathy for others, and always remember that this may be the best part of your day for all of you. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Now go and change the world. At this time, please welcome Mayor Edward A. Betancourt Jr.
Good evening. I am honored to be here today to celebrate this momentous occasion in the lives of the class of 2022. On behalf of your families, friends, teachers, administrators, and all those in our community that have supported you along your journey, congratulations to each and every one of you. As we all know, your high school years were like none other before. Learning was different, schedules were different, school-related activities were different, social life was different. But each of you persevered, and by facing adversity head-on, you and your classmates are stronger and better prepared for what lies ahead. For 4 years, we have watched you excel in classrooms and labs, on athletic fields and performing arts stages, at school and special events, and through your many hours of community service. We are deeply impressed not only by your talent and intellect, but by the way in which you have conducted yourselves these past 4 years. You have looked out for one another during a time of great fear and uncertainty. You have demonstrated kindness, compassion, respect, and love. Each of you have represented Peabody High School with honor, integrity, and distinction. You have set a wonderful example for the next graduating class to follow, and for that you should be most proud. I ask each graduate to take a moment and reflect on your own personal journey that has brought you here today, and to take a moment to think about your parents and family members and the teachers, administrators, and coaches who provided you with love, support, and guidance. As graduates of the class of 2022, you have been given a great deal. From your parents and families, you have been given unconditional love and support. From your teachers and administrators at Peabody schools, you have been given time, energy, direction, and care. Those are precious gifts. Remember to thank those who have helped you along the way. Secondly, I ask each graduate to take a moment to think about where you want to go with your life, your goals, your hopes, your dreams. I could speak for hours citing great accomplishments by Peabody High School graduates. Medal of Honor winners, Rhodes Scholars, doctors, Massachusetts Supreme Court judges, business leaders, professional athletes, and performers. And every single person of the thousands I could mention started the journey sitting right where you are now, a young man or woman with big dreams. Follow those dreams, seek out that future that is in your heart, and know that you can make it happen. Graduates, during your years at Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, you worked very hard and made your family and friends proud. Now we are all rooting for you to continue to make a positive difference. There are a great many problems in our world that need solutions, and we need your energy, talent, and passion to help solve them. We are all counting on you. Once again, congratulations, class of 2022, and good luck in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Betancourt. Please welcome Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Josh Vidala.
Thank you. It is truly an honor to be here. I'd like to thank Mr. Magno, our teachers and our administrators, thank Mayor Betancourt, our school committee, our city officials who are here today, city council, our state representative, and our state senator. I stand before you today with a sense of great pride. I'm so proud of our students for the flexibility and the perseverance that they've showed over the 4 years of their high school, especially the last 2 years, which have been very different than what they expected. I stand before you with a great sense of pride for our families and our community, for all that you have done over the past 2 years to make this day possible. I stand before you with a great sense of pride for the tireless effort that you have all had to make, and the tireless effort and the tireless fight that we have made to ensure that we offered in-person learning and that we were the largest high school to offer in-person learning last year as soon as we came back from school. We were the first ones to do that. I stand before you with a great sense of pride for the tireless fight that you made to ensure that our student athletes were able to participate in athletics over the past 2 years when surrounding communities canceled their season. And I stand before you with a great sense of pride at the creativity that our Performing Arts Department had as they put forth different policies and practices to ensure that our kids could not only practice, but perform despite the pandemic. So there's a lot to be proud about. There's also a lot to be proud about with our accomplishments of our students. Last night, we had a wonderful convocation where students were honored for their academic achievements, their athletic achievements, their achievements in performing arts, and maybe most importantly, their service. I'd also like to take this moment to recognize a special accomplishment from one of our students. We have a student sitting among our class of 2022 tonight who had perfect attendance from pre-K all the way through elementary school. He had perfect attendance in middle school, and he was here every day throughout the pandemic. So Joseph Raymond, I'd like to congratulate you. That is an incredible accomplishment. And Joseph, you will receive a certificate with your diploma today. So congratulations to Joseph Raymond. He's coming up. So Joseph, I'd like you to come across the stage. I want to shake your hand and just thank you for working hard. I'm sure your parents are very proud, and we're all very proud of you. Congratulations. What an incredible accomplishment. I had the pleasure to speak to the first graduating class of our virtual school, Peabody Prep, earlier this week. And we encourage students to think differently. And over the past 2 years, we've had to think differently about education. And we have really tried to ensure that the experiences that our students have had are preparing them for the future. We've asked them to innovate and reimagine what education looks like. And we've asked them to look for the opportunity in the pandemic. I'd like you to take a moment and think about a couple companies that are a little bit different, some companies that have thought differently. And hopefully these are an inspiration to you. The largest travel rental company in the world is Airbnb. They have thought differently about their industry. And did you know that Airbnb has the largest amount of rentals of anybody in the world, and they own 0 pieces of property? So let's think about that for a minute. They're changing the hotel industry, and they don't own any hotels. The biggest online commerce company, which I thought was Amazon, and I looked it up, and I found worldwide it's a company called Alibaba. They sell more goods and services to anybody across the world, and they own 0 products. But they're worth $31 billion. The largest taxi service in the world is Uber. They own 0 vehicles. I use these 3 examples for our graduates to start thinking differently, because in fact, we are preparing you for jobs that don't even exist. So I want you to sit and think about the jobs that many of you have in 10 years don't even exist yet. Hopefully, the work that you've done, whether it was hybrid learning, in-person learning, or online learning, is helping to prepare you for those types of jobs. Just 10 years ago, industries like social media, blockchain, podcasts, and telemedicine didn't exist. And now people have jobs in those industries. So I stand before you and I ask you to think about, as you move forward in your education and you move forward after this year, to keep your minds open, to remember that flexibility that you've had over the past 4 years, and you've continued to exceed our expectations. Adapt and be flexible as you move into the industries beyond high school. And I want to encourage you to look for the opportunities in life that might not be there today, but that you're being prepared for. We're incredibly proud of you. We're proud of the work that you've done, and we wish you the best. Thank you, Class of 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Vidala. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Class of 2022 Class President, Benjamin McCannon.
Greetings, Class of 2022. I want to begin by thanking each and every one of my peers for this high school experience. I've learned so much from each interaction I've had here, no matter how small. I remember the beginning of freshman year like it was yesterday. We've all become completely different people, and you should be proud of how much you've grown. In sophomore year, I joined track, and I found my growth and passion there, a team that was more of a family than just athletes. And I loved my time there. It's one of the things that I'll miss the most about high school. But in doing so, I found myself struggling with time management. I pushed myself hard each day at practice. And when I came home, I had to do hours of homework, and, well, I couldn't. Most nights, my parents would find me passed out, ragdolled on a pile of papers. I worked hard, and I found success in doing so. But I forgot the most important thing about our time here, caring for yourself and spending time doing what you care about. I don't mean that we shouldn't have tried in school, but that many of us have become very wrapped up in it. This is one of the most important lessons that I've learned in school. There have been tons of sayings about this throughout history. Memento vivere, carpe diem, viva la vida, and of course, YOLO. But we often forget that we have a limited time to spend with the people we love and doing what we love. To my peers, as you find your way through the real world, my advice to you all is to be kind to one another and to help each other. because it's one of the greatest mistakes we make today is hating one another. So spend your time wisely and make good decisions and live your best life. It has been a pleasure and a real honor to be your class president this year. Thank you, teachers, parents, and peers for everything. And remember, YOLO.
And now, a musical selection, How Far I'll Go, Lin-Manuel Miranda, by a Peabody Veterans Memorial Concert Band, directed by Mr. Jason Jones. Our next speaker is the class of 2022, class essayist, John Holland.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see all of you here today. These past few years have obviously been a really tough period in all of our lives. We had to miss out on many events and fun experiences. I think we're all very grateful we are finally getting closer to normal for the end of our senior year. But instead of dwelling on what went wrong, I'd like to share a couple of lessons that I've learned now that we've gotten through those tough times. The first lesson was to roll with the punches that life throws at us. I, like many of us, had to miss the 2020 season of my spring sport, in my case, baseball. This was tough for me because I had used baseball as a way to get outside, see friends, and get off my phone. I can't quite say I've actually learned to get off my phone yet, but I'm working on that. What I did learn is that I had to find my own ways to get outside, get some fresh air, and leave the house, such as getting my old bike out or just going on walks. I learned that sometimes you have to make things happen for yourself, and that even though life can be unexpected, we can always make it work. The second big lesson I'd like to share is that sometimes you need to take a leap of faith. Sometimes you just need to try something new and trust yourself to get through it. Last November, I happened to be speaking with our school's drama club director, Ms. Manning, or SMAN as many of us know her by, and she mentioned that she had been thinking about having a student write custom music for our school's drama club's competitive drama festival submission. At this point, I'd been in our school band for years, but I'd never actually written anything of my own. Going in, I actually had no clue where I'd be able to accomplish it, yet I decided to take the leap anyway. I applied and got the position, and had just a few months to completely learn how to write music from scratch. I spent weeks staying up till 2 a.m. to get through it, but in the end, the hard work did pay off, and the drama club seemed very happy with what I wrote. And our school did very well at the festival. What I learned from this is that you shouldn't avoid challenges that might seem difficult, and that it's worth it to throw yourself into new things and trust yourself to put in the work to make them happen. Overall, I like to look back on what went well rather than what went poorly. I hope that these lessons I learned can help some of you in your future endeavors, whether those be joining the workforce, going to college, or wherever life takes you. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Please welcome Class Salutatorian, Sophia Valencia.
Welcome, family, friends, faculty, city officials, and the class of 2022. Today marks the end of our high school careers and the beginning of the next chapter of our lives. I'd like to take this moment to thank all of my teachers, my guidance counselor, Mrs. Mulk, my tennis team, my family and friends, my sister Isabella, and most importantly, my parents. Without your love and support, I wouldn't be standing here today. As I reflect over the past 4 years, I can't help but be amazed by the resilience that our class has shown. A few weeks ago, many of us woke up at 4 a.m. to watch the sunrise. With sleepy eyes and yawns, we rolled ourselves out of bed for the sake of spending the day together one last time. However, instead of warm, golden rays of sunshine, we were stuck with a gray, cloudy sky. Despite the disappointment, we chose to stay and found ways to have fun. From blasting music to driving around in our cars, from grilling bacon to playing Foursquare in the parking lot. Our class made the most out of what we had. Our senior sunrise is just one example of how we've learned to take what life gives us and to make the most out of it. This is similar to how we've had to learn and adapt to remote learning and going back to school with masks on. We never thought that we would be spending high school living through a pandemic, yet here we are, standing strong and finally being able to see each other's faces. If there's anything we've learned during our time here, it's that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to these situations. You never know what life has in store for you, but after everything we've been through these past 4 years, I know that we have the resilience and strength to overcome any hardship that comes our way. We are the generation that will be known for surviving and overcoming a pandemic. You should all be very proud of everything that you have accomplished, and if there's anything I want you to take away from this speech is this: life is what you make it. Even on a cloudy day, the sun is still there, still rising, even if you can't see it. Despite our difficult past, we have a bright future ahead of us, if only we are willing to believe it. So whatever happens in the next chapter of your lives, just know that no matter what, you can always find happiness, even in the darkest of times. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. It is now my honor to introduce the class of 2022 valedictorian, Benjamin Altfeld.
Good evening. To start, I would like to offer my most sincere congratulations to all of my classmates who have worked so hard to graduate today. I would also like to thank the many teachers who have done a remarkable job teaching us despite the many adversities that we all have faced these last 4 years. In addition, I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. Harris for helping me edit this speech. And then finally, I would like to thank my friends and family because without their continuous support, I definitely would not be standing up here today before you all. Now, I'm going to be honest. Over the last few weeks, I've watched a lot of graduation speeches and I've heard everything from happiness, pride, inspiration, and even regret. However, today I would like to focus on something that all these speeches and speakers had in common, and that is perseverance and the ability to struggle through adversity no matter what form it comes in. In regards to perseverance, or this persistence to overcome the many hurdles of life, one piece of advice that my dad has always given me, and that I would now like to share with you all, is that when you want to embark on a project or some journey, don't worry about how long it will take you because time will pass regardless of whether you start or not, and when that time passes, you don't want to regret not starting sooner. As some of you may know, I actually joined the Peabody public school system in 8th grade. However, as most of you probably don't know, school did not immediately click for me, as many of you may have expected. Initially in school, I found some classes, especially math, to be very challenging, and oftentimes I would be left very confused and frequently achieve mediocre grades. Nonetheless, I would spend hours at home every night trying to teach myself all the material that I was expected to know, but hadn't learned in my previous school. Oftentimes, I would have to give up time with friends or activities I enjoyed in order to focus on school, and yet I still studied. Even though I was not forced by anyone to study, and I repeatedly missed out on fun in order to do so, I still dedicated time to studying every single night. I wanted to study because I knew that I was capable of more than what I was producing, and I was disappointed every time I fell short of my expectations and the standards I set for myself. I knew that just like my dad advised, the harder I worked now, the easier it would be for me in the future. So I studied, and after a while, my grades started to improve, and I began to feel more confident in my classes. The reason I'm standing before you today, telling you about my initial academic shortcomings, is because I fully disagree with the idea that some kids are just born smart or naturally gifted. No matter what my parents might want me to say, I can attest that I was not born smart. Even though I was not born smart, I was raised to be a hard worker. While I do acknowledge that people are born into many different circumstances and face many different starts, I strongly disagree that someone's beginning has to define their end. After today, whether it is the workforce, the military, college, or any other pursuit, many of us will be leaving Peabody and branching off to create our own paths in life. Unfortunately, the reality is that after today, many of us will also face setbacks in our journeys, such as not getting into the colleges of our choice or not getting the positions we want, to name a couple. Nevertheless, today I am imploring you to not let these events define you as people and force you down, but instead to accept the challenges that these obstacles present in your life and overcome them with persistence. As we all move forward, I encourage you all to work hard now so you don't regret anything later in life. Just like these last 4 years have passed in the blink of an eye, so too will time for the rest of our lives. So it's up to us to take full advantage of the opportunities we are given. Over these last 4 years, many of my perspectives in life have changed. High school has allowed me to see obstacles in my life for what they really are. Not boundaries that are supposed to hold you down, but only challenges that are meant to test your resolve. Sometimes in life, there are forces beyond our control that seem to not only be trying to hold us down, but it's up to us to persevere and create the motivation within ourselves to stick to and work towards our goals. So as we move forward today, don't let your beginnings define your ends. Go and become the best versions of yourselves.
Thank you, Benjamin. Please enjoy this music selection performed by the PVMHS Mixed Chorus and Chorale. This is the best day of my life.
I had a dream so big and loud, I don't
I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Oh, 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 oh,
I'll never, never look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, just don't wake me now. I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. Do 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 do
And now the moment that we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas by Mr. William Kroll and Mrs. Ashlyn Fidalgo, awarded by Mayor Edward A. Betancourt, Jr.
Benjamin Altfeld. Sophia Valencia. John Howland. Meg Price. Jacob Palharis. Santina Marzino. Adam Abdelghani. Alexandria Crow. Madeline Talbot. Marissa Bell. Class President Benjamin McKiernan. Madeline Skocky. Samantha Simmons. Ella Kritikos. Matthew O'Connor. Sarah Broughton. Olivia Dragani. Scott Turner. Spencer Ramo. Ketsia Cabella. Class Secretary Eric Caradano. Class Treasurer Janie Wilson. Anel Abreu Guzman. Isabella Abreas. Jalexa Acevedo. Paul Adenganwa. Maria Aguiar Duarte. Jody Alguemi. Marianne Allen. Luis Almeida. Taylor Almeida. Fray Luis Almonte Mena. Ashley Ambrose. Nicholas Amaro. Alexis Anisi. Venice Araya. Caitlin Arsenault. Christopher Atsulu. Tyler Arak. Daniel Acevedo. Janelle Batesel. Michael Balke. Peyton Barugian. Kylie Barrett. Gianna Bell. Isis Benson. J.C. Bernard. Nicholas Bernadakis. Colin Barabay. James Betancourt. Serena Betancourt. Ditchney Love Bien Amay. Megan Billingsley. Christopher Bitchell. Emma Bloom. Pedro Borba. Juliana Buffard. Mason Buffard. Gianna Boyd. Jack Branciforte. David Brea Pimentel. Zachary Brooks. Titus Bunn. Elizabeth Burke. Keith Cabral. Eves Calise. Matthew Calver. Daviel Canella. Luisani Canella. Elena Capone. Mia Capozzi. Christina Cardello. Juliana Carenza. Johanny Carrion. Rafael Cassiano. Alexi Castillo de la Rosa. Marilyn Cespedes Sanchez. Ryan Charest. Victoria Sheffro. Edmund Chen. Nazia Ches. Dante Chim. Gabriel Claro. Cameron Collins. Timothy Collins. Joaquim Colon. Nicholas Connolly. Olivia Cook. Christopher Corvo. Cameron Kudo. Michael Coviello. Connor Crowell. Casey Cummings. Adam Cunha. Peyton Cuzzy. Javante Daly. Ava D'Ambrosio. Ava D'Ambrosio. Lily Dame. Anna Julia Da Silva. Taylor Da Silva. Thomas Davidson. Gabriel De La Cruz. Anthony D'Amelio. Isabella DeChico. Gabriel Lucas De Freitas. Selma Debbie. Miranda DeLady. Patrick DeLillo. Alexa Demakis. Angelo Deronette. Marco Di Simone. Noah Dupre. Emily DiCollegiero. Jasmine Dominguez. Ryan Dos Reis. Gabriella Drinkwater. Isaac Duarte. Raisa Egalite Soto. Christian Encarnacion. Ariel Eon. Nelsie Escobar. Lara Espinal. Jenna Espinola. Jackson Espinosa. Giovanna Facconi. Tyler Fawcett. Barbara Fazzolo. Oscarlyn Felice Acosta. Tanner Fessenden. Michaela Fisher. Emma Fitzgerald. Olivia Fitzgerald. Jacqueline Gardikis. Peter Gardikis. Kellen Guion. Reagan Giacalone. Riley Gilbert. Gabriel Gatonga. Theodore Jacoria. Kevin Gomez. Maria Clara Goncalves. Jose Gonzalez Morales. Edwin Gonzalez. George Griffin. Joao Geddes. Anselin Halo. Gianna Herbert. D'Angelis Heredia. Kendrick Hernandez. Joshua Hogan. Julia Hunt. Scott Hurley. Kara Ioza. Olivia Jakes. Brian Yakich. Dylan Jalbert. Louis Jardam. Melody Jimenez Fortuna. Lindsay Jocelyn. Tyler Kalu.
Ariana Kaplan. Christopher Kika. Hannah Kelly. Jake Colesrud. Michael Kraus. Tianchang Lang. PJ LeBlanc. Laureen Leggett. Abigail Leonard. Nicholas Leone. Alyssa Lepore. Ashley Lepore. Emily Lima. Caitlin L'Italian. Rachel MacArthur. Jessica MacDonald. Alexa McCown. Odin Machado. Julia Malionic. Haley Malvich. Liana Mam. Nicholas Marcelino. Jason Martirano. Camilla Marte. Jaden Martyr. Cecilia Martinez. Jada Martinez. Jade Mastrangelo. Michaela Mastrocola. Zachary Mavrakos. Emily McDonough. Emma McGrath. Jared McGrath. Kathleen McGrath. Angel Madrano Almonte. Ursi Mahila. Bruna Morellis. Janelle Mendoza. Mohammed Mankari. Sophia Mercedes. Abby Minton. Christopher Mirabello. Mahmoud Michelle. Taryn Moquin. Olivia Mareshi. Patrick Murphy. Jared Nelson. Jose Maria Neto. James Nishinello. Gianna Nicolo. Liana Nolan. Fiola Ofuri. Max Oliva. Johnny Oliveira. Leah O'Neill. Mark Ortiz. Jeffrey Ortiz. Abriana Ouellette. Audrey Ouellette. Dominion Oibanjo. Kaylee Pacheco Mokes. Alana Paniton. Nicole Panzini. Vedant Patel. Derek Patarelli. Nev Pelland. Jaisha Pena. Rinaldi Pena. Lisbeth Pena Ramirez. Eduardo Pereira. Edward Perez. Michael Perez. Kevin Perino. Bronson Petrillo. Rocco Pina. William Plord. Nathan Poirier. Justin Powers. Samantha Powers. Dylan Prera. Joe Kiriazi. William Ramo. Joseph Rainieri. Jacob Rathbun. Joseph Raymond. Melvin Reyes Polanco. Ryan Rice. Paige Ritchie. Luke Rowan. Molly Roberge. Cristal Rodas Solares. Marcelo Rodriguez Perez. Lynette Rojas Garcia. Aisha Rojas. Samantha Rowe. Matthew Ryan. Beyonce Santos. Michael Saracini. Jacqueline Scopa. Joseph Scurio. Dylan Seaver. Chantel Sepulveda. Sarah Serino. Nicole Severino. Cloira Sharka. Dylan Sheldon Milanopoulos. Alexis Silva Machado. Kaylee Silva Machado. Enzo Silva. Yasmin Silva. Brian Silvera. Brendan Smith. Tyler Smith. Jaden Snelders. Nicholas Soper. Andrew Sousa. Matthew Spinelli. Derek Stark. Emily Surratt. Roxana Tafini. Alexandra Tatowski. Catherine Tavares. Gina Terrazano. Costandine Theodori. Logan Titus. Julio Tobar Machado. Joseph Tobin. Jordan Tompkins. Diani Torres. Esther Tracy. Sarah Trottier. Mariana Vasquez Cornejo. Brandon Waite. Michael Ward. Zachary Wilson. Janelle Ronkowski. Jordan Jens. Alan Zammer. Olivia Zezzi. Anthony Zupio. Take us home, Captain.
Spot on with the time. 90 minutes. Before we close tonight, I'd like to thank our first responders for helping us tonight, our custodial staff, and our Air Force JROTC. At this time, graduates, please stand. This is the moment you all have been waiting for. Please move your tassel from right to left. Esteemed guests, I now present to you the graduated class of 2022. For the last time, class is dismissed.
our colors want the sky. Loyal and on the top, hooray for Peabody High. One for all and all for one. Honor always at our door. Steadfast, firm we stand. Peabody forevermore. Rah, 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 true blue, white clear through. See our colors want the sky.